Today we get to talk about a brand new voltage on the channel, brand new battery, brand new voltage. We've talked about 12 volt batteries, 24 volt batteries, 36 volt batteries. We got a 48 volt battery in the little tugboat here. And Redodo sent me this little tiny, this thing's crazy light, 16 volt battery. So you've probably seen these start to pop up on the internet. And I know some brands have had 16 volt batteries around for a little while now, mostly marketed around marine electronics. So let me introduce this little battery to you. This is a Redodo 16 volt, 30 amp hour. Hopefully you can read that from here. And it's 480 watt hours. So that's quite a small battery. Obviously it's small in size, it's teeny tiny in the overall package, which makes it nice for a lot of applications. Maybe like your ice fishing rig, right? You need a smaller battery. You get some more energy density out of this higher voltage, get a little bit more efficient. And we'll talk about efficiencies in just a second. I got a table of numbers that we'll talk about here in just a minute. But like I mentioned, 16 volt, which means that the high-end voltage when you charge this thing is about 18.4 volts. So as you use the battery throughout the day, you're going to be operating at a higher voltage, which typically on most applications will reduce the current draw, which is one of the benefits of a 16 volt battery is you get a slightly reduced current draw from whatever you're pulling on, which means if you've got wiring that's a little bit, maybe not optimal, saying it nicely, you'll reduce your voltage drop some, which inherently will make your whole system a little bit more efficient. Now you'll see a lot of them mention clarity, screen clarity. I've done a video on 16 volt batteries when it comes to clarity, and I will save my thoughts on that for a future battery. I actually have a power supply which I'm going to play with on the water, seeing everything live, screen recording, all the things, so you can make a decision on that. But for now, we're just going to talk about the battery itself. Now this battery does have all of the features and functions of a big battery. So it's got high voltage, low voltage, overcurrent protection, all that kind of stuff. It has low temperature charge protection. So especially for you ice fishing folks, you can charge this thing. If it's frozen, you can still apply a charge to it and it's going to protect itself from lithium plating due to that BMS shutdown. It also has Bluetooth, so it does connect to the app. Works really well. I like the Redodo app. It's easy to see, gives you the information you need to be successful with it. And overall, the features and functions of the battery are very good. I have been using it on a small boat, running my 8612 Garmin and an LVS 32 LiveScope setup. The runtime is more than sufficient for what I'm doing, and I'll talk about, again, the run times here in just a minute. The battery terminals on this are next to each other, and I just dropped the washer, but it's an M6 hardware on that, so if you're buying ring terminals, something for an M6, 6mm ID, that's going to be pretty much a quarter inch. A quarter inch is 6.35 millimeters, so you're going to be right there, and these terminals are right next to each other. Nice little handle on it, and like I mentioned, they already say that's super lightweight, just under 8 pounds for this thing, for 480 watt hours. So you're getting a bunch of energy out of it. Overall performance has been just fine with it. Like I mentioned, been using it on the Garmin GPS map 8612, so a pretty high-end unit there. And I also want to talk about, what do we want to talk about next? So let's talk about run times next, because 16 volts kind of has to do with runtime. So for 480 watt hours, we did do a capacity test on that, and it came back just shy of 31 amp hours. So you're able to get the full current, full 30 amps out of it. I was able to do that no problem. So I've penciled out using my calculator. I'll link the video up here to the calculator if you're interested. And what we did is we picked 3 different batteries. And what I also have is 4 different graph setups. These are all Garmin LiveScopes. That's what I run. That's what a lot of people run. We're using Garmin from a reference standpoint. So we'll talk through those here real quick. So in the middle is your 16 volt battery. On the low end, you're going to have a 30 amp hour 12 volt battery. On the higher end, you're going to have a 50 amp hour 12 volt battery. So just kind of showing you where this thing lies within the rest of the world. So starting from kind of the bottom up, I guess. So we got 30 amp hour 12 volt battery. You'll run the 106 SV for 8 hours. If you got the 30 amp 16 volt battery, you'll get 2 extra hours of runtime on it. If you have a 50 amp hour battery, you'll get 12 hours. We're going to cherry pick another one here, 8610, so 10-inch GPS map Garmin. For this battery, you'll get 12 hours out of it. You got a 30 amp hour 12 volt battery, you'll get 10. And then if you jump up to a 50 amp hour 12 volt battery, about 16. So it kind of gives you that what I wanted to do here is give you a feel for where it lies from a capacity runtime standpoint. And that is accounting for the different voltage. So I am accounting for that in these numbers. So it's right there in the middle, right? So you've got a 12 volt 30 amp hour battery In the middle, you got the 16 volt. And then if you needed extra runtime, you jump up to a 12 volt, 50 amp hour battery. And that's kind of where this thing lands. So now I don't know if it's good or bad, depending on if you already need a charger or not. 16 volt battery obviously needs a different charger. So that's where Redodo did send me this stuff. So I've been using this as they've sent it to me. It's been fine. And there is a charger that comes with it. You will need a charger, 16 volt charger. And what's cool about this, and I didn't know this until it got here, but it's a dual voltage charger, which is pretty cool. It's got real long leads on it. We'll just start on the long end here. So you got ring terminals, no alligator clips, and you have a quick disconnect here. So nice if you wanted to do it again on your ice rig. You just hook this up, charge your battery. That's what's cool about that. It does have mounting bosses that not all of them do. It appears to be very watertight. I will look that up. The buttons and stuff all look good. I would say that it's definitely weather resistant. Dual voltage, 14.6 volts and 18.25 volts at 10 amps. So you'll charge this battery from being flat in 3 hours with a 10 amp charger. So you can get super fast recharge times with it. But you can hit the button here on the side and switch to right here, that button. I was looking at the other one. Anyway, there's a button over here with 2 LED indicators, 12 volt, 16 volt. And you can charge both the 16 volt battery and a 12 volt lithium battery with this charger, which is really nice because you may have a 12 volt lithium trolling motor battery and a 16 volt marine electronics battery, and you want to charge them both with one charger. You're going to have to manually toggle it, swatch them over, but it is nice to have one charger that'll do more than one thing. It's pretty common for a charger to kind of be a one-trick pony, and I do really like that their charger is dual voltage. That's nice. It makes it a little bit easier to swallow since you do have to buy a unique charger. Like I mentioned, we did do the capacity test on it, 31 amp hours. I've got really nothing bad to say about it. It's been a solid battery. It works just fine. Like I said, I'm going to save the 16 volt clarity topic for another video where we go into that particular topic in depth. But definitely worth trying out or checking it out if you're interested in a very compact, a little more energy dense solution than a 12 volt battery for a given space. Thanks for checking out the Redodo 16 volt battery. Check out this video right here, like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one.